Can You Dig It? By Raye Lankford. Did you know there are all kinds of creatures living right underneath you? It's true. You just have to dig a little to see them. Dirt is full of living things. There are wiggly earthworms and tiny insects such as ants. There are also larger animals living underground, such as groundhogs. They live there because that is their habitat. Other creatures have habitats above ground. You might observe squirrels collecting nuts or birds making nests in trees. You might even spot bees and butterflies flying around flowers. All the creatures and plants you see in these habitats are part of an ecosystem. In an ecosystem, all the creatures and plants living there depend on each other. For example, plants drop their leaves and fruit on the ground. As those decay, it gives the earthworms something to eat. The earthworms and insects fertilize the soil, which helps the plants grow. Who knew that worms could be so useful? But earthworms aren't the only ones who fertilize things. You can fertilize your garden by making a compost pile. Then the plants grow vegetables and fruit that you get to eat. There are ecosystems everywhere. What kinds of creatures can you identify in an ecosystem near you? Word bones. Quizmo. The place where a plant or animal lives is its compost, creature, habitat. That's right! A habitat means a place where things live. What's one ingredient you can use to make compost? Seeds, fruit scraps, fertilizer. That's right! When you compost, you put food or yard scraps in a pile and let them break down. When you put compost on your plants, it makes the soil better and gives the plants something to eat. What do the plants depend on in order to provide them with fertilized soil? Worms, birds, butterfly. That's right! When you depend on something, that means you need help from it. Plants depend on sun, water, and soil to help them grow. Which of these is a creature? Tree, flowers, worm. That's not it. A creature is something that's alive. It's a living thing. When you're exploring an ecosystem, it's important to watch your environment closely. What's another word for this? Touch, observe, identify. Not quite. When you observe something, it means you watch it closely or see it happen. When you know what something is and can name it, it means that you can check it, identify it, estimate it. You got it! When you identify something, it means you know what it is and can name it. When you're exploring an ecosystem, it's important to watch your environment closely. What's another word for this? Identify, observe, touch. That's right! When you observe something, it means you watch it closely or see it happen. Which of these is a creature? Flowers, tree, worm. You got it! A creature is something that's alive. It's a living thing. What can you add to the dirt to help plants grow stronger? Seeds, mud, fertilizer. That's right! When you fertilize plants, it means you add things to the dirt to help plants grow stronger. When a flower dries up, shrinks, and breaks down into little pieces, that means it's in the process of decaying, composting, repurposing. Not quite. When something decays, it means it breaks down into smaller and smaller pieces until it's gone. When a flower decays, it dries up and shrinks until it breaks down into little pieces and becomes part of the soil. All the living and non-living things that are found in the same place are part of its creature. Waste. Ecosystem. You got it! Ecosystem is short for ecological system. It means all the living things and non-living things that are found in a particular area. When a flower dries up, shrinks, and breaks down into little pieces, that means it's in the process of composting, repurposing, decaying. That's right! When something decays, it means it breaks down into smaller and smaller pieces until it's gone. When a flower decays, it dries up and shrinks until it breaks down into little pieces and becomes part of the soil.